Alrighty. All right, I'm going to give you guys a little pointer on figuring these interior studs. Okay, you got to study the drawing, just like every other assignment we've done. Excuse me, I got a little bit of cold. That I've been talking a lot today. All right, so interior walls, they're going to be 2x4s. So all interior walls will be 2x4s, not 2x6s. The outside walls, 2x6, interior walls, 2x4. So you're going to want to start by dividing the house into a north half, south half. So I'm going to look at the south wall, which is of the north half, which is the one that runs the whole length of the house right here. That's the south wall of the north half of the house. It's 52 foot long, right there. So I'm going to go length times 0.75 plus 1 to get my studs. So that equals 40, right? When you do the math on that. It's got 1 opening, 2 openings, 3 openings less than 6 feet. So that's 2, 4, 6 extra studs. So that brings us up to 46 2x4x8 for your studs for that south wall. The plates, I'm going to go 16 footers. So you come across here 16, 32, 48, and then you'll have a 4-foot section left over. 16 times 3 is 48. For each 16-foot section, you're going to have a top and bottom plate, right? I'm going to look at this other drawing over here for a second to show you what I mean. So for every 16-foot section, you have a bottom and a top plate, right? That you got to nail your studs to form this wall. So coming back to this drawing, 16, 32, 48, 4 foot. So I'm going to need 2 16-footers for that first 16-foot section, 2 16-footers for the second, 2 16-footers for the third, and then I'm going to use 1 8-footer and cut it in half for that last little 4-foot section. Keep in mind when you're buying this stuff, or when you're doing this lumber stuff, you're going to be buying in increments of 8, 10, 12, 14, or 16 feet, because that's how it comes. That last little piece, if you think about it, is going to be a little less than 4 feet because it's 52 feet out to out, and we got 2x6 walls, so that last little section ain't going to be a full 4 foot, but you got to figure it has 4 foot. Okay, now I'm going to look at the other walls, and this is where you got to pay attention and keep track of stuff, or you'll get confused quickly. All right, so if you look here in the dining room, I'm going to call this the west wall of the dining room. On the plan, it's 8 foot 8.5 inches. I'm going to call that a 9-foot wall, right? 9 times 0.75 plus 1, that'll give us our studs. Let's see what that comes out to be real quick here. Okay, so if I go 9 times 0.75 plus 1, okay, we need 8 studs for that. Now it's more than 8 foot long, but less than 10. So I'm just going to say 2 10-foot plates. All right. So that's what I would need for that wall. Then I'm going to look at this hallway wall here, right? If I look at the top of the drawing, and this is why you got to study these drawings. I'm always telling you guys, pay attention to the drawings, study them, get to know them real good. If you look up here, it's 6 foot 8. From that west wall to this little wall right here that goes down the middle, kind of separates the closet from the bathroom. Then it's another 6 foot and a quarter inch to here. I'm just going to call that 13 feet, right? 12 and 12, that's, almost 13 feet. So I don't buy 13, 12 isn't long enough. So I'm going to go with 16 footers. I'm going to call this wall 16 feet long. 16 times 0.75 plus 1. Top and bottom plate, boom, that wall's done. You're going to continue on doing the same thing with these other walls, right? Boom, boom. Now, here's this wall and this wall. I would write down, this would be the east wall of the master bedroom. I would use the same thing I figured out for this wall, and I would just make it the same for this wall. But you got to account for it. So this is the east wall of the master bedroom. That'll have the same amount of studs, and I would use 10-foot top and bottom plate for that as well. Same thing, even though this wall kind of jogs in here, for estimation purposes, just call that the same thing. 9-foot wall and get a couple 10-footers, and by the time you cut them up, they'll fit in there nicely. You got to keep track of all this stuff and label it and keep track of all your studs, because you're going to do the same thing on the south half. Your north wall of the south half is going to be exactly the same as the south wall of the north half. So your south half, north wall is going to be identical to the south wall, north half. So you just double whatever you figure for that for your quantities. Figure out all these walls right here. Boom, 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 boom. Now pay attention here, because this is 12 foot 3. This is a little bit long video, but I'm sorry about that, but it is what it is. It's 12 foot 3 across here, so I'm just going to figure 14 foot for each one of these walls. Well, I figured at 13, but I would buy 14 foot plates. So 13 foot times 0.75 plus 1, 2 14 foot plates for that wall. Same thing for this wall. Same thing for that wall. Same thing for that wall. You got this little closet here. Add all that stuff up. Keep track of all your quantities. When you get it all done, make a chart on a piece of paper and go with 2x4 by 8, 2x4 by 10, 2x4 by 12, 2x4 by 16. Make like a list so you can add up all your quantities to get a price. Then go on to Lowe's website, get all those prices, times them by whatever you figure out you needed, and get a total price. And that completes the assignment. At least this portion of it, okay? All right, guys, this video went a little longer than I thought, but oh well. Sorry about that. Keep trying to do your best.